Album, and you've had Lanham, who's really led this team in a different way since coming on and replacing Chizbug. So I could see that. I myself chose Aster in this first game, but I certainly, I would say maybe 55-45, if anything. I'm not leaning one way heavily or the other.
Can definitely happen with the draft they have. It's just this Quap, there's a lot of potential for him to just be completely worthless this game. He plays into a DP Silence, he plays into a Storm Orchid, he plays into a Lion. It's just gonna be a very tough game for White Album. I'm not sure why they picked the Quap this early into counters as well. It just, yeah, sounds a little bit rough.
JT on this offlane, Death Prophet.
Splitting bounties. Yeah, offlane Death Prophet, we've seen it a lot, especially against 2 melee heroes.
Right.
Can really cause a lot of problems.
Yeah, you know, maybe it's not the conventional JT pick. You will see him on like Underlord a lot, Tide a lot.
He likes those
playing
tanky ones, yeah.
here. But Death Prophet can be just as tanky or just as survivable in these fights.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
It's not out of his realm, but obviously when you think JT, maybe things swing a little bit different, but I think he could definitely succeed with this Death Prophet. And Kaka on the line, we've seen a lot of He's had a resurgence left.
Denied!
I think this game will heavily depend on how White Album does. Like if he snowballs early, gets a fast Orchid, he can really start leading the charge for his team. Because the Morphling will have somewhat late Manta, then you have the Storm, who of course will go for his own Orchid. And you can just always jump the Phoenix in the line, so for me it's all about his Quap performance in the early game here. Which, against a Storm, you do have the better lane, at least. Quap usually beats Storm. But yeah, like mid-late game, Storm has a lot of advantages over Quap, unless you really snowball on that hero. That's why Quap is always such a risky hero, really.
Right.
Like, unless you snowball, jump in,
Done.
nice.
That actually helps them turn a little bit and throw some damage on a Monet, who's helped by the missed coil from Ladder.
Yeah, as the levels go up, it's gonna get harder for the Dire side here. Of course, we have Hex available, Mana Drain, Spirit Siphon, as we see Ollie drop.
Now Ollie gets taken out by Borax, aka Bobica.
He got zapped. It's a strong dual lane. Pango, Shadow Shaman.
A lot of right-click damage.
A lot of right-click damage. Especially when you're under the effect of Lucky Shot. -2 armor, the Shadow Shaman really hits hard. Especially on a hero like Phoenix, where it's very low armor.
Shadow Shaman may look small, he may not look strong, but he hits second hardest base damage in the game.
I never understood why that happened.
Why he's got second hardest
yeah, like he had like 40 at one point, and then goes to 50, 60, and I was like 78 or something.
Yeah, it's really high. And the funny thing is, it's like, what, Treant's ahead of him?
Only Treant, yeah.
Yeah, so it's a massive tree that hits the hardest, makes sense, and then Shadow Shaman.
Yeah. Who isn't even like super slow movement speed-wise or anything.
And he's got a lot of control.
But good armor, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, 3 range keeps still pushing into the tower. Once Molten gets his 3, should be very comfortable here.
Getting in the bottle. Constantly spamming out that Shadow Strike over onto Emo. And Emo's no slouch when it comes to Storm Spirit. He's had some very impressive performances. Goes to the Vortex, will do some damage here on a White Album, who will blink a short distance away up that salve. So trying to get as high as he can with that salve. We'll get the full duration out of it.
Yeah.
4-minute mark, I expect. Both teams to get a support. We've got Shaman and Lion, I think 2 supports that really love coming over mid for that 4-minute ring.
It's going to be so important as well. We already see 1 bottle refill here from the Lion. And this minute 4 rune, as you said, is going to be super impactful.
And Shaman's actually not coming over. There's a lot of time. There's still 20
He's
seconds.
Coming right now.
Some time.
Yeah. It's probably just going to be one of those trades. You know, they're going to check top, 2 is they're going to check bottom. Let the RNG decide.
Yeah, the promoted.
As I say that, they're sending 3 heroes here from Aster, actually.
They really want to secure this. I think that's because they saw that the
Emo's in trouble here.
Emo in an interesting spot, only level 4. He does have Kaka to try and help. The stun comes out and lands on a 2. He's going to get the double damage, go after Pain, and White Album getting the bottom shield, surviving a little bit, but Ollie comes in and he might beat his life for this. Oh, that's soul experience going the way of that Queen of Pain. And that is not a good feeling if you're IG. I know Ollie's intentions there. He's trying to get a kill and really make this matchup easier for Storm, but that impacts it really negatively.
There's more bad news for Storm. He picked up the DD but didn't put his bottle in his inventory. So he actually did not get the refill from the bottle, and he had to use the DD right away. So it doesn't even help him that much in the lane. Pretty uncharacteristic mistake coming out here from Emo.
Yeah. And I would say from Ollie too, he's been confident, but maybe that confidence is what drives him to ultimately keep on trying to go for a White Album. I could see, like, you know, White Album is low, all he's got is that one aphotic shield. Boundless Strike B. JT getting run down one more until they got the silence. Invictus is blocked, but they just can't catch up to him. He's so fast.
Yeah, 335 movement speed naturally with the boost, 380. Now on the hunt here for the Lion.
Emo's coming over. They need to be careful how far they go for this mid-coil to the Aphotic Shield. The Pop doesn't even need it. Just gets the kill on Akaka and now land him on the run. And the Aphotic Shield in just 2 seconds. Emo's going to try and fight this Crit Storm from the low ground onto the high ground, but land him again. There's the Aphotic Shield popping. He's got 5 charges in that wand, but it's not going to keep him alive long enough to get another Aphotic Shield off. It does draw both JT and Emo over off the lane, which keeps wide open for White Album, who's now level 6.
Yeah, we have seen this quad rotations do so much work in the past, and we now have to also be on the lookout for that. Any side lane that goes aggressive can get blown up in his quad.
Expect rotations to come out from
Rune top,
White
Arcane
Album.
Rune though. Oh, Storm needs 10 XP for level 6. Just got it.
Rune 2, so he's controlled both runes so far.
Yeah, I mean, Arcane Rune is one of the best on Storm. Like, if Quap is ever out of position just a little bit, you can literally just jump 15 times and kill him. Like, right now, his Blink is on cooldown. Is perhaps a small opening, but he's just playing very defensively. Baden, putting down a couple of sentries. Make sure to have absolutely no vision around the top rune area.
Up by Ollie. Really doesn't have much to his name.
Yeah, Ollie had a very rough game. In a game where Phoenix, you know, could potentially be a very game-breaking hero, like if he has a good game. But this game, not gonna happen. He's gonna have a very late 6, and just overall, he won't be a very strong Phoenix this game. Which is really good for this Aster side, because it would have caused a lot of problems otherwise.
Yeah.
Not meant to
3
be.
heroes top, Borax rotated in, but he's on top of a ward. And DP level 6.
Fighting into the Exorcism could be a bit of a problem. They've got the Fate Approach picked up by the Storm. Ironwood Tree for the Queen of Pain. They'll throw down an Ops.
Yep, Arcane Rune has been activated, so if they rotate right now, or rather if they go top right now, he can still TP under the Arcane Rune.
He's got about half the duration left.
Perfect for Morph as well.
Nice drop so far. XSS by himself, I really like this. That Aster have opened up the lane for him to just get the solo experience, solo farm, get into an early javelin, get a Blink Dagger that can disrupt these fights. We've seen how strong Pangolier can be, and it is felt disruptive by a large margin, for sure.
It's a little bit scary for the Quap though. Like, he's currently sitting 200 network behind the Storm, which is usually something you don't see. Like, he's supposed to win that lane, be ahead by quite a bit, but instead he's beat.
A little bit.
I mean, it's not a magnificent, what's the word?
Significant.
Significant. Why did I say magnificent? English is actually very difficult sometimes. But yeah, it's not a significant margin he's ahead in. But still, as I said, you are supposed to be ahead, you know?
Right.
And you also do want to use that Sonic Wave as soon as you can. So you definitely want to try to find like a sneaky TP, maybe to that DP lane even, you know? Hero can die very easily. I don't think you can get a kill on the Morphling.
It depends how DP is in Agi, right?
Yeah, but right now he's playing very conservatively, sitting at 1300 health. No problem.
Over here!
I think you got a sense of maybe a rotation coming in. Didn't spot the Shadow Shaman because with the control Shackle, Rolling Thunder, Swashbuckle, if he's too far into the Agi, that could be a problem. He's sitting about 50-50.
There's two big dangers this game. One is the long-range stun from the monkey, and the other is the instant hack from the shaman, of course. But that one is very low range until you pick up that Ether Lens, so Fly should have a pretty decent game. He's playing very well to the left there, because he knows the Shadow Shaman might be hiding it to the right.
Just high IQ.
Yeah.
To be aware of your surroundings so much that you understand that if you're to the left of the lane this early on in the game, you're fine.
Yep. Now smoke up here from Phoenix and Storm. Phoenix only level 4. So he'll just be there to provide a little bit of support, but the Storm is very strong right now. Power Trap's picked up already, but Monkey King is just jungling.
Yeah, so this is going to be Exorcism. They're looking to get themselves a tier 1. They're going to immediately rotate 2 heroes in the Queen of Pain as well as the Tango. They're going to go in on this. They've got the Hex, but now Sonically comes in. Emo getting really low. The Crossbar out there. But it's not going to be done with the Rolling Thunder. Emo low, Emo gone. Wow. He's dead. It's a 2-for-1. Very great turnaround here from Aster, and they're going to look over to get another on Ollie. He's trying to maneuver, but he just can't. And that is Exorcism used, committed, and not getting anything in that lane. I mean, they went in deep. They wanted just an Abaddon in the immediate TPs. That is perfectly played from Aster. Let him drawing him in and surviving a long time here.
White Album absolutely destroyed them. Like, that's what I mean with this co-op DPS can really turn around fights. He was level 9 at the time already, so level 4 Scream, level 4 Wave, that's a good 650 AoE damage on everybody. And they just blew up instantly.
Was a big turnaround for Aster. That first Exorcism that really doesn't do much. It's going to be on cooldown for another 80 seconds. That'll probably be in time with JT's Yules, but on the other side, like, you're hoping that Monet can get to that Battle Fury. He's kind of struggling to get there, but he's even with the Morphling, so it's not terrible. Like, he backed up into the jungle. I guess that's the word struggle might be a little bit too harsh.
Smoke rotation coming in bottom here. He gets hexed before more. He did not.
There are
a lot of heroes on him.
They're starting to rip through his 2600 max health, and they've got the damage to get the kill. Fly gone. It's basically had a 1v1 the entire time. He gets a little bit too comfortable moving that bar forward.
Yep, Aster outplaying IG quite a bit here right now in these early maneuvers. JT pushing on top again. Really just wants to pressure the tower down. But same thing bottom. Wards have dropped. Not defendable at this point. As I said it though, they smoke up. Phoenix is just over 5. I don't think they should take this fight. It's a very difficult fight for them to take.
I've got 6. He has that burst damage, but I don't know if that's going to be enough here to get anything. White Album, meanwhile, he's got his ult in 4 seconds. You need to be careful how you approach this. Murat goes into the shackle. It's going to hold Emo for a second, but they'll end up losing the Shadow Shaman. They'll start to retreat on the side of Aster, blink away on White Album. He was close to getting caught by Taka.
This just feels bad. Like, whenever you make a move like this and you already know your tower cannot be saved, it's kind of a wasted ready movement because you're not getting anything out of it. You surely got a Shaman kill, but then what? You rotated 4 heroes bottom, so you're losing a lot of efficiency around the map right now.
You didn't even get the Serpent Wards, you didn't deny the tower, like...
You did nothing, really.
A kill on Shaman, he's happy to die.
Certainly. But JT, sitting at the top of the network, we have seen what kind of magic it can do for IG in the past. Landed over 7 already. Man, his Abaddon is very scary.
Confident.
XXS already waiting for the push to occur, but nope, they don't even want to push.
He's almost got this blink dagger. Like, that's going to be a big timing.
Javelin into blink. It's not super uncommon, of course, but usually you see either that fast blink or the Maelstrom into blink. He's going like halfway.
Draining Lanham's mana. Or at least trying to swashbuckle coming in. They've got the silence onto Morph, but he's already into the strength completely.
Yeah, how's our Orchid Wall looking? Pretty even right now. Although, as I said it, no. Quap only needs 1 recipe, which is 300 gold away.
Ball lightning in. This could be the difference maker on getting the Orchid first. They've got their electric blue, but they're going to use the Exorcism once again. Supernova committed. XSS will drop. Lanham White Album pulled up towards top. White Album needs to be very careful. He doesn't have a TP out.
Quap TP in here.
Yeah, and now might be in trouble. Don't spot White Album just yet. They're still chasing Lanham, who's buying a lot of time at the moment. By that gets stunned, hit with a finger, and Kaka's got his first stack. Pain, though, still in the trees, and they've taken out the tier 1. They're going to look to Icarus Dive and find White Album. They just haven't spotted him yet. He's played well around the trees when, if he gets spotted, he's most likely caught.
Radiant's makes it out alive.
Is under attack.
Well, so far at least, I don't think they have any more intention of killing him. His Orchid is about 70 gold away, so he's gonna have a very slight edge on the Orchid timing. Probably won't really be able to use it though, because Storm himself is only like 400 away.
Molly getting spotted. He's just gonna have Icarus Dive for 4 more seconds, so he's dead.
Yeah, that's a freebie. But suddenly, they had a 2k lead on Aster. Now, IG in the driver's seat suddenly.
Serpent wards were used on this ancient stack, so they're not going to be using that set of wards to push.
Quap finished her Orchid. Storm finished his Orchid as well. So, dead even. See who gets the better initiation of. They can really just kill each other super easily at this point.
Yeah.
It's kind of silly, this matchup.
I will say though, Borex also had the Arcane Rune when you use those Serpent Wards, so it's only on cooldown for another 40 more seconds.
Also, as the game progresses, it's usually the Storm that is favored in the Quap versus Storm matchup. It's just much easier to get on top of the Quap once you have this BKB. You just feel stronger overall. It's really on Quap to make sure that you can get the most out of this Orchid.
Borex needs to be careful. Tier 1 tower. Battle Fury soon for the Monkey King. He's got the gold. Now we'll get it. He'll go Battle Fury into the BKB.
All 3, or rather all 6 cores are super close together. Even the supports too. It's just the Phoenix that's lagging behind a little bit. Which, of course, with that early game is be somewhat expected.
400. He's got Aether Lens. Then we'll start to feel the power of
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
IG might lose because Storm doesn't have a magic wand. He doesn't respect the power of the item.
White Album for the BKB, pushing in bottom. Waiting. They're gonna go and deal with themselves. The Vortex, Sunray, Supernova, blinks, but doesn't get out. Burns out, and now they're gonna go after Monet, who will pop the loop on command. Emo, not a lot of mana to work with, but he's doing enough damage on a Monet, who just can't get the kill here. They'll lose both. Oh dear. That is 2 heroes taking out your 1 and 2 in the bottom lane. And that was perfectly played by IG.
Yeah, those were 2 massive kills, probably the most value kills they could have gotten at this point. And all they lost for was a Lion.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Man, DP is a scary hero, man. DP is a real scary hero.
Watch this again.
In the replay again, yeah.
He burns out.
The Orchid as well as the Supernova, too much AoE damage, or rather overtime damage.
And then Monet, look at this, he just can't get anything done.
It's really hard to fight as Monkey against Phoenix. Pre-BKB, Storm very low. Like just 1 more second in a Wukong, he will actually die, but Monkey King dies a little bit too fast. Unfortunate. Sometimes a game, Dota is a game of inches and millimeters.
Thought earlier today, 13 health on the Terrorblade was the difference maker.
Yep. Oh, they caught the only walk down instead of up. Oh.
Fly.
He had the right reflexes, it's just to press the wrong button.
That's one of the things I was kind of alluding to when I talked about Fly on the Morph.
Yeah. Just as he finishes Manta 2, instant smoke up here. Adelyn's already picked up. Storm might be next in the menu.
Gone out on Solanum. Got the borrowed time. And now the chase is on Akaka. They've got the Rolling Thunder. Oh, they found the Storm. They've got the Silence. They'll have the kill. A big gut punch there from Aster, taking out 3 heroes. They go from getting Fly top to getting Emo as well as Kaka mid. That was really well done by Borax to catch the Storm.
Yeah, very fast movement there. As soon as they kill the Morph, smoke up right away, and they didn't expect it at all on the IG side here.
Back and forth we go, and I think we've all kind of talked about this match. So far through game 1, I mean, We all thought it was going to be like 55-45, whatever way, maybe 60-40.
Very closely contested.
It's so close, and I'm not surprised with both these teams sitting at the top.
Definitely. Like, skill level is very close. But big winner so far is actually JT, who is sitting at 0 deaths. Like, he has carried his team so many times throughout this league. And he's going to Roche at level 2 Exorcism.
The level 2 Exorcism trying to make a play at getting themselves the first stages of the game. JT, like
they're too late.
He is one who just carries it all the time for them. He's been that way since he's come to IG.
And he brought him in.
Looking for me?
Going with Edges going in right away. Lanham has ult available.
So he's going to pop a borrowed time, but he's hit by the Hex from Taka, and he'll stay with him.
What? He fingered his ult.
Did he still get the stack?
He's still
Yeah, he's still got the stack.
Oh, Kaka.
Getting the timing wrong.
They're getting a little bit excited there. Wow, Philosopher's Stone online. That's actually the support line dream. Do we have one on the dire side?
Is that the Ag stream right there?
We... Oh my god, that is so unfair.
Dire's top
Bullet,
tower is under
Imclaw,
attack.
Quicksilver, Amulet,
Radiant's
Rogue.
bottom tower is under
Yep.
attack.
As a support line, it's a little hard to get the axe out, but when he gave the Philosopher's Stone away. To the Phoenix, what a team player, man. I wouldn't have done that.
Selfless. But you're playing middle. Philosopher's Stone with how well you're farming?
I'll take it anyway. Do I need it? Probably not.
30 stat.
And we'll see if something similar occurs this game. Probably not, but you can always hope. Monkey King, one component away from his BKB.
Yeah, Quap's not too far either. Just one component too.
Yeah, and Storm actually chose to not go BKB,
Radiant are
but
scanning.
Fuels instead.
Changes
Okay.
hands.
Interesting. Not going BKB against the Shadow Shaman is very risky. Speaks of confidence, but maybe a little overconfident.
Yeah, those are the little things that might hurt you in a matchup like this when the teams are so evenly matched. We'll see that as they start to put the pressure on the top
Radiant's
tier
top
1.
tower
Serpent
is
Wards
under
should be
attack.
dropped, and they are. Serpent
Radiant's
Wards coming through. They've got the
structures
siege creep to
are
work with. Now the glyph. Dire have their glyph as well.
I don't expect any defense here. Like, this tower is somewhat useless for the Radiant side, so instead they look to build up their farming lead a little more.
Radiant's top tower is
Shaman's
under
also
attack.
these
Radiant's
guys
top
in
tower
KB.
has fallen.
He's so farmed.
Shaman the Filthy Witch.
And we see that so many times from Shadow Shamans get so farmed with
Dire's
honestly
bottom
2
tower
cores
is
that
under
want to be a bit greedy.
Let the fun begin!
Yeah, he's also really high level. Storm initiating here, yeah.
XXN, they've got the silence in again. Crit Storm, Exorcism committed, maybe look for the tier 4 animated.
Ran in.
X has the borrowed time, so
Dire's
his
structures
stun and
are
Mules
falling.
comes out.
Shackle on the
Now,
DP.
Shackle on a
Radiant's top tower
JT
is
as
under
well as the
attack.
mana drain on a Borax, but it's not doing anything. They've got the BKB available for the Queen of Pain. This Exorcism hasn't gone after
Dire's
the tower
bottom
just
tower
yet,
is under
but now it
attack.
will.
Yep, and that's the tower gone.
Is under attack.
Morphling, one of the best tower takers in the game as well. Together with that Exorcism, make quick work of it. And gone.
Dire's bottom tower.
It's post-minute 20, and they're not in range to take the
Radiant's
outpost
top
yet.
tower is under
But
attack.
nonetheless, a very good fight for IG here.
Yeah, it's a good fight for IG. An interesting position from XXS.
Smoked up on Dire here. They finished the BKB on Monkey King.
I would say you want the...
It's not an easy fight. If they can get on top of the morph, they can kill him, sure.
They're going to go after Lionel once again. He doesn't have borrowed time for Cataclysmic. Sonic Wave comes in. They've got the BKB pop. I know they as well. The Recon is Shackle. Moves up into the air. That's Ollie on this Phoenix. They get the Sonakaka. They're going to look over at this Supernova and try and pop it. They'll do so. But the ball lightning back in with the silence out for the Queen of Pain. Morpheus adaptive strike. They've got the control to get the front of the White Album. But here comes the Rolling Thunder. And the Shackle. So off to the pages. And into the air is blocked by Jingle. To the left. The Monkey King can get hit. Taking the stun coming out from Taka, who did come back into the fight for a second time. Burak is gone. Monet might be next. So the silent finger out. Monet gone. Dead and taken out. Quad. He's still trying to farm, but won't be successful. He's with that Shackle as well as the Serpent Wards. Emo might even fall for the second time. Blink forward from the Pangolier. And XSS gets revenge on Emo.
Taka bought back too.
He's brought back and he's trying to run. Lucky shot procs, and there's the Ether Shock to get the kill. And ultimately, I think that ends up being a little bit favored for Aster.
Definitely. They won that fight despite buybacks and the Aegis on IG. That's just what happens when you fight as DP without ult. You just don't have the impact you do when you do have that exorcism up, which is of course one of the strongest abilities. And we're going to see the fight here unfold once more. The egg was in a pretty rough position. A lot of heroes were just around it right away and killed it off immediately, but his DP is still doing a lot of damage. Storm also slight misplay there. His region rune got cancelled by an Orchid, which otherwise he would have had full mana, full health, and come back in, die, and have full mana, full health again. Can potentially win him the team fight, but small mistakes sometimes, you know, matter a lot. In this case it did. But overall, still a very even fight.
Yeah.
Like, both carries died, both mids died, all the offlaners died as well.
Couple of buybacks.
Did JT die? No, JT didn't die again. And now he has an Arcane rune at his disposal, which we have seen so many times on DPs over the last couple of days.
I don't think XXS died in that fight. It was from the time before, though, and he came back in late, right?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think he actually died. Did he die? No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
The two offlaners are just
Yeah.
they're always so strong. XXS and JT have always been the shining stars.
I mean, JT really, at this point, he's kind of taken over the one or mid role already, sitting at top 3 net worth the entire game pretty much. But again, like, the net worth is really, really close. It's just Pangoli that starts to lag behind a little bit at this point. Because he didn't really go for the scaling item build. Angle roll.
They're gonna find Taka.
My album is like, don't mind if I do.
You're safe.
So is XSS kind of taking a back seat in terms of farm, or is it just the item build that
It's the
is
item build.
necessary?
If you don't have Maelstrom, it's very hard to do.
He's got the javelin.
He does. But of course, the lightning is AoE. You can get like 2 Maelstrom procs, the entire wave is
Radiant's
gone.
bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top
Very
tower
close
is
on the
under
top 5
attack.
network.
Another smoke up again. Just Monk. I mean, it's just Quap as well as Shadow Shaman this time, yeah.
Radiant's bottom
Who really
tower
wants
is
this
under
BKB?
attack.
Yeah, it's a very interesting smoke time. Kind of like an anti-timing even. Because he only needs 700 for his BKB. Once he has that. Morphling also just finished his BKB.
6-2 and 2.
Dire's top tower is under
Shaman's
attack.
doing a lot of work. Borg is playing very well.
We haven't really felt Firefly's presence. They're going to use the Exorcism to try and lock down another tier 2 tower, which they should be able to do. It's already down at half health, so I don't see Aster trying to fight back, and they're just trying to farm bottom. XSS, go for the Aeon.
Dire are
Right away,
scanning.
yeah. Against the line, one of the better items. Storm zipping in deep. Oh! He got off right away.
Into the air. So they get the kill on the emo, they'll take out the egg and finish off Ollie.
Radiant's
BKBs were
bottom
used for this, and I'm
tower
not
is
sure
under
IG want to go back in without them.
And no exorcism again. Like, they keep trying to fight without exorcism, which they know they don't have ready, and they just keep getting punished for it. Second time now. The egg in a very rough spot again. They're all already in position to hit it. And Storm got orchided right away with that high ground ward. They're helping them. But you have to be careful. This DP ult is really your strongest damage at this point.
Yeah, and it's not doing much on the edge like that, and towards the end of its duration.
You need to have like full duration exorcism if you want a team fight. Morphling chose to go for the defensive route, BKB before E-Blade, so he doesn't deal a lot of damage. Same with the Storm. He doesn't deal a lot of damage simply because he doesn't have a BKB. He can't deal that damage.
And that's really what's allowed Borax to have the game that he's had, because he could be in trouble if the E-Blade's there first and he gets blown up, gets hit by that shotgun build. Like, that is something that has allowed Borax to find his footing and get a lot of help. That being said, Latham is ahead of both supports on the side of IG. Like, the support farm from Aster is impressive. They're both going BKBs, and they'll probably have them around the same time.
And once they have their BKBs, there's gonna be 4 BKB for the Dire side. That means Storm, useless. Phoenix Egg is gonna evaporate so fast, and in the line as well, just will not be able to do anything really. It's gonna be a tough game and all the BKBs are up, and they are very soon.
JT gets spotted, moved the outpost for a second. They wanted to secure the area because Roche is back up. First Aegis, of course, went to IG. He gets it using the Icarus side, but that leaves JT to die. So now that you're without this Death Prophet that huge exorcism, you're going to lose Ollie too. I think if Aster won it, Roche should be theirs, but I'm not sure they take it quickly.
They heard that exorcism was being used, so DP is going to be weak for the next 2 minutes. He used exorcism, just didn't manage to use BKB after. Maybe, you know, didn't expect the hex to come out from that distance. But yeah, another big mistake here coming out. The first one that JT made, but it's a big one.
Yeah.
Because that, as you said, might really cost them the Roche. They don't have snakes for the Roche,
which is holding them back.
Yeah, if they didn't use Shaman ult there, I'm sure they would already be in the pit.
Instead, now IG, they have an opportunity to potentially still take Roche. It doesn't get taken. If they can delay it till they get Exorcism, it'll be around the same timing in which we see Serpent Wards. So we'll see another fight at Roche for sure.
And it's a level 3 Exorcism. A lot of ghosts, a lot of damage coming out there. Swap finished the AC. Really, it just goes very well with the entire lineup. Shadow Shaman wards are amplified by it. So is Monkey King. Be really careful here on Storm.
Okay, looking from a distance. Exorcism to get the blink in. They've got the Orchid, and there's the roll. Bouncing up the tree, rolling up, hits him in the air. Now they've got the bounce strike with the Sonic Wave. Emo gone to the Ether Shock. It's perfectly put when they can go from the Rolling Thunder into the Boundless Strike, not giving a moment of peace to ball lightning out of there. Aster's putting it together really well.
Yeah, this shard of Tango is really so good for these kind of situations. Just stop, turn around, and from what looked like a bad roll, suddenly turned into a really good roll. Like the Monkey King even walked away already, not thinking that they would be able to catch him.
Yeah.
But a shard coming in clutch again. Shaman wards.
So that's going to be up with 20 seconds left on the Death Prophet.
Oh, they can't defend this Roshan.
So Aegis, she's picked up by the Dire. Now they're fighting into Exorcism. They might want to be a little bit careful. The Amber is being blocked on XSS. They get the kill on a JT. Now they don't even need to worry about Exorcism. So look over at Ollie, who is going to get Primal sprung on. It's not going to matter. Ollie dead regardless. Now these BKBs are up for Shadow Shaman. BKB is up for Abaddon. Like this is,
Radiant's
like you said, 4 BKBs ready to go.
It's slipping away fast for IG. Like JT, there was the second time he got fully just locked down by the Shadow Shaman from afar. Full duration shackle. There's nothing you can do about it with this BKB. They have no ability that pierces it, other than the Supernova, which of course is not an instant stun. You need a good 5-6 seconds of preparation for that.
Radiant's middle tower.
I don't think this E-Blade's going to feel nearly as strong as if he had gotten an item before.
Yeah, it's very late. And possibly a bit too late because it took away from their ability to fight early on. We'll have to see if they mount a comeback now, because at this point they're pretty far behind. Storm still no BKB. Finishes Bloodstone though. Good for him.
Monkey King almost on that last tree, going into the Abyssal Blade. That extra bit of lockdown could be nice.
He might get stunned here.
Monet knew. He knew. I think he could have hit the Balance Strike from the trees before he sprung.
Could have. If he knows his exact positioning, which I don't know if he did or not. Very close call by Emo.
Game of inches.
Inches indeed. Carmen going for Glimmer Cape next. Be a sneaky boy. I really like this itemization on Quap this game. A lot of sense. Makes him quite tanky.
Stun just got used by Alliance. Right immediately. Here comes Zeta now. Lana. We're going to use the Exorcism once again with the Raiden company.
He got hexed again.
And there's the hex. They should have been damaged to get the 30 KC. They're going to take out the Death Prophet. The Silencer. Oh, he's gone. Wi-Fi next. Oh my. Aster just destroyed. They disconnected and called GG.
Yeah, it's Morris just outplayed him too hard. They had absolutely no chance, man. The Shadow Shaman actually just crushed him.
Wow. They called GG out on that.